Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and today I'm here with my mom, Tammy.
Hi.
Hi guys. So today we're actually going to be doing a hair color video. So I'm going to be doing her blonde highlights in this video. So yeah, I would just like to say I am not a professional hairstylist. This is just something that over the years I've kind of been interested in, and mom has let me like play around with her hair. So she's been a great guinea pig, so to speak. But I know what she likes, and we're just going for a light highlight, not super chunky, but you know, a little on the chunkier side. That's more user error on my end. Like I said, it's not perfect, but it'll definitely keep your highlights like looking bright if you want to do this between salon visits, or if you're on a budget and want to be able to do highlights at home. Yeah, just keep on watching, and I'll kind of explain to you guys what I do in a voiceover so that you can know what we're doing. But all right, well, if you're interested in this, go ahead and keep on watching. If you haven't done so already, please make sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and let's get started.
Okay, you guys, so I'm going to show you everything that you are going to need, or at least everything that I use. So first, we have this 10 volume developer. This is what we're going to be using later on with our toner. This is the toner that I have. It is from Wella. It is the lightest beige blonde T11. This stuff is awesome. If you take nothing else from this video, if you're going to be like bleaching your hair at home or doing any type of highlighting, definitely go for this toner. It is awesome to get out that brassiness. Next up, we have our bleach. This is from L'Oreal. It is just their quick blue powder bleach, and this is what I use. Then I just have a little mixing bowl, some hair clips, some gloves, and oh yeah, you'll need like a fine tooth comb, just so that you can section your highlights, and a little brush that will help you too. I got all this stuff from Sally's too. And then I've also got 30 volume and 40 volume developer. These are what we mix with our bleach. When I'm doing more like a full or like medium head of highlights, not just a few, I like to use the 30 when I first start so that it develops a little slower, and then the 40 later on. You will also need some foils. So I've just got this 500 pack. They're already cut for you, so that's super nice. And then I do have a cape too. So yeah, I think that is everything pretty much. Let's get started.
Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do here is grab my 30 volume developer. I'm going to pour in about 3 ounces or so, and then use 1 scoop of my quick blue bleach. Both are from L'Oreal, and then I'm just going to mix it up. If the consistency is a little too thick, it's easier for me to work with something a little bit thinner, so I went ahead and added in a little bit more of the developer, mixed it up again until I got a consistency that I liked. It's kind of personal preference, so just play around with it. Then I'm just going to go ahead and section off her hair. I'm going to start with the back, and that's also why I mixed up the 30 volume developer. So that as I do the back, it can have more time to process, and it'll process a little more slowly than when I use the 40 in the front, or, you know, the next sections of her hair. But so yeah, I'm just going to start with like the base of her hairline. If you want to have like a lighter blonde look, it's really helpful to do some highlights around like your, of course, like face framing the front, and then also in the back though. So when you wear your hair in a ponytail, it still looks nice and light. So now I am just sectioning off her hair, and I'm kind of weaving my tail comb through just to kind of create like a little bit of a pattern. I am folding up my foil, putting it against her hair, holding it as tight as I can. That's definitely one of the parts I struggle with, is getting it nice and tight. You want to get it as close to the base of their hair as you can. And then you're just going to go ahead and put your bleach on, make sure you saturate the hair, and then fold up your foil. You can kind of do this however you like. I do it different sometimes too, but just like fold up the sides, and then you'll go ahead and grab your next section. For the back, I do my sections a little bit more spaced out, I guess, because she likes most of her lightness in the front, just so that when her hair is down, most of that lightness is around her face. But the back of her hair right now is kind of getting darker, so I do want to put some highlights into the back. The last time I did her hair, we just did mainly like the face framing the front, so it was more of like a partial highlight. You're also going to want to make sure that as you're applying the bleach, that you try not to get it on like the scalp of her hair at all, or your hair, and you really saturate the rest of the hair though, so that, you know, it takes the bleach and really penetrates each hair strand. Now I kind of finished up that side, and I'm just showing you a little bit more of this side. I'm doing that weaving with my comb. I don't have a particular technique for this, but I know there's a lot of videos about that, so feel free to look at those. But yeah, I'm just kind of weaving it in and out so that I don't just get a giant chunk of hair to highlight. My highlights definitely are chunkier, just because, you know, I'm not a hairstylist and I don't do like super small sections, and also my mom has super thick hair, so it would take literally forever. This already takes forever, by the way. This is not a quick process, so if you're looking for something super quick, this is probably not it if you have super thick hair and you're wanting like a full head of highlights. But I think it's totally worth it, and it saves you a ton of money from going to the salon. And it's especially nice if you have someone who can like help you out with the back of your hair. But yeah, so now I'm going to go ahead and mix up some more bleach with the 40 volume developer, and I'm going to just keep on going. Now we're moving kind of more towards the front of her hair. I'm going to, sorry for the weird angles, I'm going to try to get around her hairline. Like I said, you want to get a lot of lightness around the ear, around the whole front of the hairline, just so that when you wear your hair up, it's gonna look very bright and blonde and beautiful. So having that extra lightness around the hairline really helps with that. So again, I'm kind of just doing the same process where I'm applying the bleach onto the foil. Oh yeah, and I fold the foils in half, and also fold them at the top before I put it at the hairline, or before I apply them to her hair, just so that it is a little bit thicker and a little bit easier. Definitely the hardest thing for me is getting the hair tight to the foil. That is the hardest thing. That definitely takes the most practice. But yeah, now I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. And you really want to pull the hair tight to try to get it as tight as you can. Hold it down and then just apply that bleach. And yeah, I am by no means a professional at this. I am trying my best, and my mom is such a trooper with me. As you'll see, she doesn't talk a whole lot when I'm doing this, because I get kind of like in my zone of concentration where I'm just like, okay, I need to focus. So anyway, I'm just folding up that one. You want to make sure it's folded pretty tightly. And then now I'm moving on to kind of the top of her head, and I'm just taking some sections up there, kind of working my way through and putting in those highlights. Another tip I have too is definitely to have a lot of clips handy. You're just going to want to use those to be able to clip the hair that you're not working with out of the way, and sometimes even to be able to clip like some of the foils if you have like the straight clips. I can't think of the name, but you'll just want to like clip some of the foils out of the way too. That helps so much. Also, you're definitely going to want to give yourself a lot of time when you do this. Like, so basically set aside a whole day or at least half a day. This process takes probably about 4 to 5 hours for us to do all of the steps when we're doing like this full head of highlights. And even this, I could have gone fuller with it, but yeah, I'm just kind of going back through, doing the tops of her hair to add that brightness. And, and if you weave a section and you're not happy with it, like it's too thick or maybe it's too thin, just go back through and comb through it and then redo it, and you'll be totally fine. Like, it's not a race. And that's also why I like using the lighter or the lower volume developer on the back or the first part of the hair that I start highlighting, just because then I do feel like I have a little bit more time before I have to start checking the foils, because it does give me a lot of anxiety if I have to like start checking the foils and start rinsing out foils when I'm still applying more foils. Like, that is just a lot. Okay, so at this point we have all of the foils in, and she only has all the foils in her hair like this for about 10 minutes before it is time for me to start taking out some of the back foils, just because it takes so long to get them in, like to get all of them in, that now it's time to start taking them out. And you'll just want to kind of like check them out first. The first time I checked it, it was not quite ready. The next time I checked it, it was ready to go. So what I'm going to do at this point, since the rest of her foils are not ready to come out, is I'm just taking like an old towel. I am taking a spray bottle filled up with water, and I'm just pulling the foil out, and then I'm kind of rinsing the hair through with some water. I'm really spraying it with water and getting that bleach out. Since I can't dip her head in like the sink or have her like rinse the bleach out since all of the foils aren't ready to come out, this is just how I do it. And you want to make sure you get the bleach out if it's ready to come out. And yeah, I'm just clipping the other foils up, the ones that are, that I'm not taking out yet. I just go foil by foil for this. It's a little bit of a process, but it's definitely worth it in my opinion. And you aren't going to want to brush through the hair yet. I know some people do. I just personally don't. I know it can be damaging, especially when you just bleach the hair. So all we're going to do is spray it with the spray bottle and get that out. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and mix up my toner. I'm using 10 volume developer, and I'm putting in about 4 ounces, I believe. And then I'm just going to use a full bottle of the Wella T11 toner. And I'm going to mix that up, and then we are going to put that on her hair. Oh yeah, and for this part, obviously I took all the rest of her foils out. The front ones I probably left on about an hour from when I took out the back, and I just kind of check on them periodically, like every 10 to 15 minutes, just to make sure, everything's looking good. You want to make sure your hair is not like frying off, obviously, and that the color is looking light and kind of what you're looking for. But keep in mind the toner is gonna, change it up a little bit. So if it's still looking a little bit brassy or yellowy, don't worry too much about that. The toner really does help. So I'm just saturating her hair with the toner right now, and then I'm clipping it up. So I'm just working this toner through all of her hair, working it in really good. And then she is going to leave the toner on for 30 minutes. I know her hair looks like kind of knotted and stuff, and it is at this point because all we've done is rinse the bleach out. I did not wash it. I did not comb it. All you do is rinse it with water. And so now she's going to leave this on for 30 minutes, rinse it out. Oh yeah, and after she rinsed out the toner, she did just use a color treated like conditioner, and that's it. No shampooing at all. That's just what we like to do. Again, my mom's hair is pretty dry from bleach, so it works for her. And here we are, the finished look. So pretty. It came out really good. It's pretty light. Definitely brightened up quite a bit around the face, especially. There's definitely some spots that are still a little brassier than others, but overall I think we got some really pretty light highlights in there, and it's looking really good, and mom is super happy with it. So hey, that's all that matters, right? It had definitely been a while since I'd done any highlights in the back of her hair, so I am pretty happy that we did get some lightness back in the back as well.
Alright guys, we are back and Mom's hair is colored, so you will have seen the whole process, kind of. Again, I am not a professional hairstylist. This is just something that I've kind of taught myself how to do, and luckily, like, Mom bears with me, so we do it together as kind of a learning process. So if you're looking to highlight your own hair, definitely do some research. But there are a lot of good tools out there too, and just, you know, check on it often is like my biggest tip. We will set a timer and then check it, and then if you need to leave it on for another 10 minutes, leave it on, but like keep checking on it because, you know, it's your hair, you don't want it to start like frying off, obviously. But we're pretty happy with it. How do you feel?
I love it. I love it.
Good. And Mom likes her hair like a little bit chunkier highlights, nothing like super chunky. Keeping it as blonde as possible is what Mom's about. So
Yeah.
the blonder the better. If you liked this video, please leave us a comment down below. If you want to see a video of me doing Mom's makeup, let us know because we do that a lot too. So yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you all have a great day. Okay, bye guys.
Bye.